Hello to all my friends out there. This video is stockpile flour. And so what we want to do is we want to look around the world and we want to see what's going on, and then we want to look to history. So what I have in this pan is some lard. But it can be any kind of oil. I am very careful with my lard. Here's my lard. I keep it in the freezer. I'll be buying some more too. So, in Lebanon, there was an explosion, and it was in the port. And that is where they receive their imports. And one of the things that they are very low on right now is wheat or grains. This is not good. Okay, in the first book of Kings in the Bible, 17, 7 through 16, Elijah is hiding from the king who wants to murder him. And it gets to the point where he's really starving. And God leads him to a widow woman. And she's going out to gather some sticks to make some little cakes for her and her son. And then she said to herself, and then we're going to die. I mean, it was that bad. So now when I make these, I'm making flatbread. When I make these flatbreads, you're going to see how very little food is between you and actually dying. And that's important to get into your mind. Very important. So she goes out. God leads Elijah to her and says, make me a little cake. Basically, I'm starving. And this is good instruction for the believers. If someone comes to you for assistance, I would hesitate to turn someone away without, you can't say you would never do it. I mean, if you were starving yourself. But in her case, it was the prophet Elijah. Everyone knew the prophet Elijah. And so she decided to make him a little cake. I think that was probably a wise decision. And she decided, and so what happened was her meal or her flour and her oil did not run dry. So I'm going to make some little cakes. These taste better if you don't make them too thin. I've done it all kinds of ways. So here's one. And now I'm just going to put it in my oil. And this is a half batch, so this is the way I do it. So what happened is during the pandemic, I couldn't get, there's still no yeast at the Walmart, but I did find some because I searched the whole town. But if you don't have any yeast, you can use baking powder. And you can get my oil should have been hotter. You can get big tubs of baking powder and baking soda. I would do that. So I would stockpile flour. I would stockpile. You can tell these flatbreads are going to be good because the dough, see how the dough practically wants to spring up? So this half a batch of flatbread is going to easily make 4 nice little flatbreads. So really try to imagine that this little piece of bread might keep you from starvation if things got bad. One of the problems they're facing in Lebanon is the people are saying to themselves, my God, where am I going to get food? I posted a video for you guys to take a look. And so, if that is what is between you and starvation, it would be wise to, and I use very little of my lard. I'm very careful with my lard. Lard is kind of hard to find. Well, what I think we're going to find is products of animal products might become in short supply. So these countries are having all these problems, and so where are they going? What are they going to do? Well, they're going to to countries that have provisions and food. And so, there's my flatbread, so back over here. So what I would suggest is buy the best quality flour you can afford. But if you can't afford good quality flour, buy flour at Dollar Tree or anywhere. The 99-cent has good flour. I put olive oil in my flatbread dough. And then, you know, I fried my... So basically for this, what you really kind of need is, you really kind of need flour. I think this could be any kind of flour, actually. And then you need some kind of oil to fry your flatbread in. That's all you need. So I would stockpile that, and I would stockpile that now. You know, he who ignores the past is doomed to repeat the past. These people in Lebanon are worried about, oh no, where am I going to get food now? And it's a legitimate concern in any war situation. Strong possibility it could have been an accident, but I would say most likely it was some kind of an attack on Lebanon. Maybe to prevent them from shipping. Now the ammonium nitrate can be used as a weapon, you know, an explosive. So what I can eat on my flatbreads is peanut butter and sugar, and I want to try a little cheese. I got this at Walmart. I think this is good stuff. I found it at Walmart. These don't take long. They're almost done. You want to make sure they're good and done. They're going to taste much better. So imagine that this is all you have between starvation and your kids, and you wisely stored up some bread stuff. And then stockpile some, I have grape jam, but rolling around in my refrigerator, I also have strawberry jam. Okay, ready. So mainly, we want the ability to make bread in the event of some kind of catastrophe or some kind of famine. And I try not to, see how my cheese is nice and clean? I try not to use the same fork twice in my food. And then I want to make mention of, okay, so that's an option. But with your bread, you could have some, if you pack your freezer full of sausage for $1. I have bacon ends, and then eggs. So you have some bread, and you have some cheese, and you have some eggs, and then you have some powdered milk. I mix up about 3 cups a day. I drink my powdered milk and cereal. And so now let me taste one, and I will tell you. This is a lot easier to make than, yummy. Now let's try the Cheese Whiz. I've been using Cheese Whiz and everything. That's pretty good, you guys. Oh, I almost forgot to give you the recipe. That's a half a batch. I mix the flour, the baking powder, and the salt together. I use a whisk, and then I use for half a batch 2 teaspoons of oil. I use the olive oil. 1/2 cup. I use a 1/4 cup water, and if you use warm water, it comes out a little better. And so what I did is I mixed my flour and I made a well in the middle, and then I brought the flour mixture in little by little by little to make a soft dough. And then if I needed a tiny bit more warm water, I just added that around the edges until I had a soft dough. And then I let it set for about 10 minutes, and then, you know, I rolled it out and made some tasty flatbreads. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.